we're starting out at your finish point at a wide ball area, and you're gonna set up after and cross over, recover back to the middle. We're gonna do this on both the forehand and the backhand side. Initially, Natalie's gonna demonstrate you're here, open stance, wide ball, and how you bring the hip forward, low, strong. Let's do 3 hip swings till you're coming forward. So you're here, low, good. And then freeze. I want you to freeze after the next one, swing. Freeze. I want you to notice Natalie's position, wide feet, knees bent. Oftentimes you'll see players with this foot, having this foot behind this one, and then your feet become tangled. See, she has good clearance on this leg, so it's now easy for her to get back to the middle with a strong crossover. So go ahead, now at this point, crossover back to the middle. Awesome, that's a great crossover. So legs out in a strong semi-open, low stance, nice good wide structure. This foot is beyond the other one instead of even with it or behind it, giving her good clearance. Also, those knees are bent, ready for a good push off where she can cross over and get strong back to the middle. So go ahead, now back to the middle. Good, awesome. And it's very easy for her to get back to the middle efficiently in that one step and get back ready for the next shot. Yes? Awesome, awesome. Okay. Now we're gonna work on going to wide ball, a defensive ball with more of an open stance, and then a ball that's more aggressive, a slower ball that's still wide. And we're gonna work on recovery, both the forehand side and the backhand side. So the first drill is gonna be wide ball, open stance, defense. On this drill, we're starting out here. Notice Rex is nice and wide and low. You're gonna cross over, open stance, hip comes forward, past this leg, knees are bent, strong crossover. We're gonna go to this cone and back with 2 splits, 2 times to the forehand. So there, notice, good. Awesome. Now backhand side. There. And notice very strong crossover. Knees are always bent, nice and wide. When he comes back here, well balanced and very low. Ready to go for anything. Good. Now we're gonna cut off angles. This is a slower ball. We're not defensive anymore. We're gonna attack these. Is going to be more of a closed stance. Awesome. First thing when you're here, either out wide here, you're not stepping with this foot. You're taking one cross, planning, then little steps to set up. So let's say the shorter ball. And for here, you're low. Make sure you're crossing over. This is your crossover to to get there. Even though we're working on recovery drills, we're still on this drill, we're getting there. So when you go up there, use little steps to stop yourself. I call them stoppers. They get your stance set up so you can hit through. You'll notice he uses some really good steps to position himself. Once you have to arrive at the area and then use your little steps to stop you and set up your good stance structure. Okay, so he arrives there, little steps, and boom. And stop. And you also notice the recovery. He's here. Since it's an easier ball, comes through here. This leg is past this. If you're here, you're in trouble. So this leg has to be past this leg, and then he can recover strong back here. It's also on some occasions, you can also be here, and he would take this and split step. You can also come in. Backhand side, comes up, strong crossover here, little steps. Set up your stance, stoppers, come through. Then foot's here, crossover back. Our perspective on these drills are getting to a wide ball in a more defensive open stance position, and making sure to be low, wide, having a good recovery back. When you get there, you have to set up and stop. I don't want you going through that. And then on the wide, shorter balls, you get there, take big steps to get there. Have the first step as a crossover, get there, little steps, stop, come forward, crossover to get back. What you really need to take away from this is starting low, wide, making sure to get a good crossover. We get there in 1-2 steps. That's where Rex is not a giant guy, but we work on that explosion and power to get there 2 steps, either back there or here. Those are both the wide balls. And work on the shorter balls, taking little steps to stop, keep yourself nice, adjusted, go through, and having a strong recovery.
From my perspective, the first step to getting to these wide balls or cutting off the angle is 2 big steps generally. And the point of the big step is so we get to the ball before the ball is actually there. And the reason we want to get to the ball before the ball has arrived at our contact zone is not only to get the early preparation to have our time to swing, but it's also to get behind the ball to then go forward. And this is also where the little adjustment steps, or stoppers as Jeff calls them, come in play. Because if the ball bounces with the bad bounce, we can adjust and we're still fine. Or if the ball has unpredicted spin, we can adjust. And then after that, because I took all this extra energy, but it turns out to be worth it because I can follow through and then cross back over, and then I'll have time to recover to the next ball, and even might take time away from my opponent.